first, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News on Fox with John Paul and Paige Barnes.
First tonight at 10, our storm alert weather team is tracking tonight's storms. You can see the system behind me moving through the area right now on Storm Tracker radar, bringing heavy rain and strong winds. WSBT 22 storm alert meteorologist Lynette is in. And how much longer will we be expecting the rain?
I would say probably another hour. We're going to be dealing with the rain, maybe an hour and a half at most. And it's mostly just rain and thunderstorms. Locally, we're really not dealing with a large threat of severe weather. Now, as you get to the south along 24 and areas south of there, that's where the threat for severe weather is higher. Areas like Kokomo, Lafayette had some strong to severe storms. Indianapolis, for example. Back here at home, we had all the clouds earlier today, even some rain and storms before, and that's kind of worked over the atmosphere, getting rid of a lot of that instability which you need for storms. But again, Indy and back to the southwest, that is where the threat for strong to severe storms is higher. So as a result, that severe weather threat has lowered. Now, I still expect to see thunderstorms. I still expect to see lightning, heavy rain, potentially some gusty winds as well. But you can see any severe weather alerts are to our south. We did have one severe thunderstorm warning for Fulton County that has been allowed to expire. But again, I still expect to see some thunderstorms for maybe 1 to 2 hours. 1 a.m., a few lingering scattered thunderstorms are possible before we just watch regular rain. Now, once we get past tonight, the threat for rain goes down, but our temperatures go down as well. We'll talk about how much cooler things are going to be compared to where we should be and more of those rain chances. That's in just a few minutes.
Strong winds across our area knocked down several trees and power lines this afternoon. Winds reached up to 70 miles per hour at times in some places. Indiana Michigan Power's outage map shows 11,000 outages in our area as of 9 p.m. Crews were able to quickly clean up debris on area roads, but it may be several hours before electricity is restored to everyone. And those strong winds knocked down several trees onto homes in southwest Michigan. This is some of the damage in Kalamazoo. You can see the tree slamming into a house. We're told 2 people were taken to the hospital to be checked out for minor injuries. An update on breaking news that we've been following all night out of Elkhart County, now at 10. Police telling us a double shooting at an Elkhart apartment complex appears to be connected to a house fire that brought a huge police presence to the northwest part of the county. And police say that the potential suspect in that double shooting has been found dead at the home. WSBT 22 was at the scene all day, bringing you live coverage as it unfolded. Now, starting with the shooting, police say they were called to the Highlands Apartments behind the Walmart on County Road 6 near Cassopolis Street for a shooting around 2. They found a man inside an apartment with gunshot wounds. He later died at the scene. A woman was found outside the apartment who had also been shot. She's in the hospital tonight. And just a few minutes later, another call came through just north of the city for a house fire on Golden Pond Drive. Schools nearby were put on lockdown after police told administrators a shooting suspect may have a connection to the schools. That's when police, SWAT, and even the bomb squad arrived on the scene for the fire. Police say after the fire was put out, officers found a body inside. An official identification has not been made yet. WSBT 22's Eloise Lucien has been following this and is at the live desk. You were at the scene for hours, and what did you learn?
Yeah, Paige, neighbors tell me that they were shocked to see police lined up and down the block, especially since the house fire happened in a normally quiet, pleasant subdivision.
It's shocking. It's kind of, I'm still processing it.
Neighbors stunned to see orange flames and billowing smoke from a house in a subdivision on Golden Pond Trail in Elkhart County, and tell me they were even more surprised as the Elkhart County Regional Bomb Squad approached the house, along with SWAT, police, and multiple fire departments. Crews responding a little after 2 p.m. this afternoon for the fire, and it wasn't until nearly 7:30 p.m. when crime scene tape was put up at the house.
Seeing the SWAT, but then the house on fire, you know, you see that on TV ever so often where somebody does something stupid, sets the house on fire, takes her own life or something, and I don't know what happened exactly, but it's not good.
And just minutes before this fire, there was a double shooting at the Highlands Apartments on Elkhart's north side, where one man was pronounced dead at the scene and a woman taken to the hospital. For several hours after that shooting, dozens of SWAT vehicles, the bomb squad, police, EMS, and fire crews surrounded that home on Golden Pond Trail.
I mean, it's in my backyard physically. I mean, it's right here. This isn't something you normally see in Elkhart in general, especially in this neighborhood. 2
schools near the house also put on secure hold this afternoon after officials say the suspect of the shooting may have a connection to the school communities of Horizon Elementary and Discovery Middle School. A SWAT team standing off with guns drawn before finally entering the house just after 7 p.m. tonight. And by 7:26 p.m., crime scene tape was put up.
Yeah, it's a sad situation for sure.
I hope it never happens again, and I hope nobody else has to experience it, or the people who live near that home to worry about their homes. Are they on fire? And see the SWAT team out there with rifles drawn, guns drawn at windows. That was shocking.
Again, the body found after that house fire has not yet been identified, or either of the victims involved in the shootings on Lynx Drive. Police tell us that there is not believed to be any threat to the public at this time. At the live desk, I'm Eloise Lucina, WSBT 22 News.
Eloise, thanks. A teenager's accused of threatening a high school staff member after she turned him down and then made a different threat to his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. Now, 19-year-old Adam Beechler is facing serious charges. Police responding to Buchanan High School in late February for a student threatening people with a knife. According to court documents, Beechler allegedly said he was going to use the knife on the school nurse if she refused to have children with him. He also threatened to stab a classmate if he didn't help hold the nurse at knife point. Beechler meeting police again just weeks later after making a bomb threat to Lighthouse Education Center. When talking to police, Beechler said he made the threat to teach the person who was dating his ex-girlfriend a lesson. He's currently being held at the Berrien County Jail on a $25,000 bond. A multi-million-dollar investment rolls out today for a longtime dealership. Gurley Leap Automotive is moving to Cleveland Road and Capitol Avenue. It broke ground on the 70-acre auto mall today. The project has been 5 years in the making, bringing 10 automotive brands together. It also includes walking paths, a putting green, dog park, and arcade. The current Gurley Leap locations along Grape are leased and could be redeveloped or sold.
There's things that we can do when we bring everybody together that we just can't do if we've got, 7 different facilities. We can't afford to have a restaurant in each one of these things with the volume that goes through an individual store. But when we bring things together, having a full-speed car wash, having a golf simulator, having a dog park, when we bring these things together, it's because we are together.
The Outer Mall is expected to open next year for Gurley Leap's 50th anniversary. Gunfire shattering what's usually a night of celebration in Washington for the White House Correspondents' Dinner is now the latest flashpoint in a growing concern over political violence in America. National correspondent Kayla Gaskins has that story from Washington.
This year's White House Correspondents' Dinner attack marks the 3rd direct threat to President Trump's life in less than 2 years.
No other president in history has faced such repeated, serious attempts on his life.
Why do you think so many people may be trying to kill you?
They go after consequential presidents. They go after presidents that do things.
It follows 2 prior assassination attempts, first at a July 2024 campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, and then 2 months later at one of Trump's golf courses in Florida. Saturday's incident adding to a string of high-profile attacks targeting political figures across the country.
We should not live in a country where such constant fear of political violence permeates our society every single day.
Erica Kirk attended Saturday's dinner in Washington.
I just want to go find.
Her husband, conservative activist Charlie Kirk, was assassinated in September. Last June, a gunman shot and killed Minnesota lawmaker Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark. And last April, an arsonist set Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro's home on fire.
There is significantly more political violence happening in the United States today than at any other time in our history.
A 2025 study from the Network Contagion Research Institute warns of a rising assassination culture fueled by online extremism and normalized rhetoric around political violence.
We found a few very interesting things, and one of them was an increasing susceptibility of people who define left of centre to support or condone the killing of essentially either sort of conservative politicians or corporate elites.
A sentiment President Trump echoed on Sunday.
Well, I think the ones that are doing that are much more far left than far right, much more.
An analysis from the Center for Strategic and International Studies finds that political violence in the U.S. comes from multiple ideological directions with shifts over time. For example, the study notes left-wing violence has risen in the last 10 years, while in 2025 there was a sharp decline in right-wing violence. In Washington, I'm Kayla Gaskins.
President Trump's pick for the next Federal Reserve chairman is one step closer to his Senate confirmation. Republican Senator Tom Tillis says he will no longer block Kevin Warsh from moving forward. He'd been blocking Warsh over the DOJ's criminal investigation into current chair Jerome Powell. The DOJ ended the probe last week, and Tillis now believes it won't be restarted.
You are now a yes to vote on the confirmation of Kevin Warsh.
That's right. We'll be putting out a statement. We worked a lot over the weekend to make sure that we were very clear that we had assurances from the DOJ that I needed to feel like they were not using the DOJ as a weapon to threaten the independence of the Fed.
To the construction project, which was the basis of the now ended DOJ probe. Getting your child the special education support they need can feel overwhelming. Next at 10, how to navigate the process and get results.
And another thing we're tracking, more chances for rain. However, they are going to be smaller. It is going to have an impact on our temperatures, though. Today we were in the 60s. I'll show you how long we're going to be in the 50s in just a few minutes.